Hey, welcome back everyone to another video, man. Y'all stay tuned to this. We are continuing our series, A Journey Through the Bible. So we've been reading through the book of John. We actually read chapter 8 yesterday. So today we are going to jump to chapter 9 and we're going to see what it says today. So stay tuned to the reading of John chapter 9, verses 1. As he passed by, he saw a man blind from birth, and his disciples asked him, "Rabbi, who sinned, this man or his parents, that he was born blind?" Jesus answered, "It is not that this man sinned or his parents, but that the works of God might be displayed in him. We must work the works of him who sent me while it is day. Night is coming when no one can work. As long as I am in the world, I am the light of the world." Having said these things, he spit on the ground and made mud with the saliva. Then he anointed the man's eye with the mud and said to him, "Go wash in the pool of Siloam," which means sent. So he went and washed and came back seeing. The neighbors and those who had seen him before as a beggar were saying, "Is this not the man who used to sit and beg?" Some said, "It is he." Others said, "No, but he is like him." He kept saying, "I am the man." So they said to him, "Then how were your eyes opened?" He answered, "The man called Jesus made mud and anointed my eyes and said to me, 'Go to Siloam and wash.' So I went and washed and received my sight." They said to him, "Where is he?" He said, "I do not know." Verses 13. They brought to the Pharisees the man who had formerly been blind. Now it was a Sabbath day. Jesus is keep doing things on the Sabbath, man. Every time he's doing something, it's on the Sabbath. And I'm not sure if that's like a setup or just the way that Jesus is rocking. But it was another Sabbath, right? Now it was a Sabbath day when Jesus made the mud and opened his eyes. So the Pharisees again asked him how he had received his sight. And he said to them, "He put mud on my eyes and I washed and I see." Some of the Pharisees said, "This man is not from God, for he does not keep the Sabbath." But others said, "How can a man who is a sinner do such signs?" And there was division among them. So they said again to the blind man, "What do you say about him, since he has opened your eyes?" He said, "He is a prophet." The Jews did not believe that he had been blind and had received his sight until they called the parents of the man who had received his sight and asked him, "Is this your son who you say was born blind? How then does he now see?" His parents answered, "We know that this is our son and that he was born blind, but how he now sees we do not know, nor do we know who opened his eyes. Ask him. He is of age. He will speak for himself." His parents said these things because they were feared the Jews. For the Jews had already agreed that if anyone should confess Jesus to be Christ, he was to be put out of the synagogue. Wow, that is crazy, man. The Pharisees are already putting barriers, man. Already putting the pressure to people to. They're already putting pressure on people to not speak like the way Jesus is, or to clarify that Jesus is the Christ, right? So the Pharisees they are not guiding people to Christ. They're trying to prevent people from coming to Christ. And it's very easy that y'all can see, man. Every time they have a chance to trap Jesus or a chance to make Jesus falter in his speech or in what he does, man, they always be taking the opportunity, but they are getting annoyed right now because they're trying to find something to accuse Jesus of. But Jesus is perfect, as y'all know, man. He's the perfect Son of God, right? The perfect Lamb. And yeah, they're just trying to find things, man. It's crazy. So verses 23. Therefore his parents said, "He is of age. Ask him." So for the second time, they called the man who had been blind and said to him, "Give glory to God. We know that this man is a sinner." He answered, Whether he is a sinner, I do not know. One thing I do know, that though I was blind, now I see. What a Bible verse, man. What a Bible verse. So the man is like, I was blind, but now I see, man. I do not know one thing. I do know that though I was blind, now I can see, man. That's what Jesus really does. That's what Jesus does when he touches you, man. When Jesus reveals himself to you, man, it's like the veil in your eyes just scrape away, and it's like you see life in a different lens. And it's awesome, because you feel like you have more freedom, and you feel like you're more alive, and you feel like you have something that can't be taken, right? If you have Christ, man, nobody can take that away except for you rejecting. And it's just really cool how the man was able to, he just openly stated, man, I know I was blind, but now I can see, right? And it's all because of Jesus. They said to him, what did he do to you? How did he open your eyes? He answered them, I have told you already. You will not listen. Why do you want to hear it again? Do you also want to become his disciples? Oh my goodness. This man is giving the Pharisees a hard time right now, right? And the Pharisees are not listening, though. I ain't gonna lie. They are not listening to this man. The man is like, you feel me? Jesus, or he didn't say Jesus, but the man healed me, right? And I don't know what his name is. I don't know who he is, but he healed me. And I was blind, but now I can see. And the Pharisees are like, they're like trying to figure out if this is Jesus, because they're about to go crazy right now. Verses 28. And they revile him, saying, you are his disciple, but we are disciples of Moses. We know that God has spoken to Moses, but as for his man, we do not know where he comes from. The man answered, why, this is an amazing thing. You do not know where he comes from, yet he opened my eyes. The man is like, I don't know who he is, you feel me? But he did something miraculous and he opened my eyes. Now I can see. We know that God does not listen to sinners, but if anyone is a worshiper of God and does his will, God listens to him. Never since the world began has it been heard that anyone opened the eyes of a Never since the world began has it been heard that anyone opened the eyes of a born blind man. If this man were not from God, he could do nothing. They answered him, you were born in utter sin, and would you teach us? They casted him out, right? Jesus heard that they had cast him out, and having found him, he said, do you believe in the Son of Man? He answered, who is he, sir, that I may believe in him? Jesus said to him, you have seen him, and it is he who is speaking to you. What a way to approach the man. And I feel like the man was able to stand firm, right? He stood on what he believed. He stood on what had happened, the miracle that had happened to him. And he wasn't going to reject anything. And basically the Pharisees just had enough, and they threw him out of the synagogue. But the cool thing about it is, like, Jesus, right? Jesus met the man, right? After he was cast out of the synagogue. And basically Jesus was able to offer salvation to the man. Again, Jesus is out here, man. Every time Jesus has a chance, he just offers salvation, right? To the woman, right? To the blind man, right? Or to the paralytic, right? To this, you feel me? Jesus is He's always offering salvation, man, to anyone who receives it, right? Right? For God so loved the world that he gave his only son. You feel me? That whoever believes, right? Because Jesus is like, do you believe, right? Do you believe in the Son of Man, right? He's offering salvation to this man. And the really cool thing is the man is so openly hearted that he's like, yes, I want to believe him, right? He's like, who is he? I want to believe. And Jesus is like, I am he who is speaking to you, man. What a statement. Jesus is like, I am here. You feel me? I am here. He said, Lord, I believed, and he worshiped him. Jesus said, for judgment I came into this world, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind. Some of the Pharisees near him heard these things and said to him, are we also blind? Jesus said to them, if you were blind, you would have no guilt. But now that you say we see, your guilt remains. Wow. What a way to just end it off, man. The man was able to confess that Jesus is the Christ, right? He believed in Jesus and he started worshiping him. And the weird thing is, like, the Pharisees just, there's something in their hearts that they feel like Jesus is like a false prophet or somebody that is not sent for God. Basically, I really like this Bible verse. John 9:39. Jesus said, "For judgment I came into this world, that those who do not see may see, and those who see may become blind." Right? So Jesus, right? Jesus came, right, to Jesus came to give sight to those who can't see and to heal those who can't walk, man. And I really like this chapter. I really like chapter 9, man. It really just, it shows how much that you can get persecuted for what you believe in. You feel me? And just the way that the man was able to stand strong. You feel me? He wasn't like scared like his parents were, but the man stood up and he's like, I know what has happened to me. I don't know who healed me, but I know something miraculous happened to me. And I'm not going to deny that. And he stood on his ground, man. And that's just the big thing, man, because I really believe that what you believe is really how much you are willing to stand up for it, right? If you really believe in something, man, you feel me? You have to be able to go through those trials that come at you. But just stand strong in what you believe in. Maybe that's all I got, man. Stand strong with what you believe in, because I promise you, there are people, there are doubters, there are those who are always going to try and you feel me, shake up your whole foundation. But man, just stay strong in what you believe in, no matter what happens, man. What is my truth, right? Strive for truth. Strive for what you believe in. And I appreciate y'all for tuning in today, man. It was a great read. I hope y'all like this series so far. And make sure that y'all are hitting in the comment section, man. If y'all want me to read a book or something, just hit in the comment section and I will help y'all out. Thank you guys for watching again. I will catch y'all in the next video. Tune out.